Hello everyone, I am Tacet, and today we are going to be doing a key opening for the new Mythic of Gargantaur. He came in after just having another Mythic 2 weeks ago, so relatively recent since the other one. As far as getting him, he is one of them that I would say probably to just skip over, as there is a new kingdom coming up in the very, very near future, sometime this month, within the next few weeks or so. We will be getting a new kingdom, and you'd probably be better off using your resources towards that. But if you do want to get him, he is in Glory Gem Guild and VIP chest for this week, and then he'll be within the drop pool with everything else. So, is he useful to get? Kind of. He's okay with orcs, but he doesn't really have much of a purpose beyond that. So if we go over to Gargantaur, just click over to him. He deals damage to an enemy boosted by all enemies as well as allies that have died. You can use pretty much anything that has a death mechanic to go and boost him by 15 additional damage. You have his extra HP that he keeps getting from extra turns. He is impervious, so you won't need to deal with stats effects, and he can gain 8 attack and magic whenever he takes damage. And do keep in mind, whenever a troop says whenever it takes damage, that means HP damage, even if it specifically doesn't say so. So only when he loses HP. One nice thing about this, though, is Gargantaur will be used with him, not only for his straight, but also because he is an orc, so you'd be able to start it with half mana, which means you'd be able to have a Gargantaur with a 11 mana cost, and you just throw that down into it, gain a bunch of your stats, and you'd pretty much be good to go. I'd mainly only use this as a frontline tank. I don't think any other position will really use him that decently. So generally putting a Mythic in first slot is not the best idea, but given how much attack he's going to be gaining from doing so, you could even possibly use him within the context of a Skull Spam team, because you don't need to worry about Entangle, you don't need to worry about Freeze or anything like that, since he has the Impervious and he gets a huge amount of attack that he gets to use. So overall, not really too much different as far as his ability than a Ferrous Ra, but definitely a lot more durable than a Ferrous Ra, as well as still maintaining that one-shot capability. So it has its purpose, though I personally won't be using it too much. But let's go into the chest and see if we can go pull him. As I mentioned, with the kingdom coming, I will be saving all my other keys, so I think we're just going to go straight into VIP keys and save the other ones for when the new kingdom comes out. So hopefully we will get him within these 50 and not have to worry about it. Let's see. Nope, of course not. So first line of them, and we get none. It's time to burn all of our resources. Let's try again. Will we get him? There we go, and we got ourselves a copy of Gargantaur, as well as that final Umberwolf copy we've been needing to go and upgrade him, so that is very nice. So let's go and fully max out our Gargantaur here, and not only that, but I do want to double check to make sure that it does work with Elspeth and Sunbird, so let me go put it right in here and go test that. I have had people say both things, that it does and does not work, so I don't know which one is actually correct, as I have not gotten to see it yet. So let's go test that right now and see which one is indeed correct. Also, that seemed a little bit above average on how many stats he just got there. It could be that he has pretty decent stats, given that his ability is pretty lackluster. It's basically just a single one-shot, and there are plenty of things within the game that has a similar capability. But as you can see, it's green, red, and red, purple right there for the arcane trait stones if you want to go and seek those out for him. He is pretty trait dependent. I would definitely not use him if he had 0 traits whatsoever. Yeah, an okay attack. A much higher HP, which is good given that he needs the higher HP to keep getting hit. One big issue with him is 2 of the better troops that he synergizes with are Emperina, so that he can get a higher attack as well as keep healing back up to be able to use his final trait, as well as Sunbird. The problem, though, is both of those have full mana conflict with him, so really annoying colors. One nice thing, though, is Elspeth does not have any mana conflict, so if this does indeed work, that'll be really nice. So let's just go to a very easy challenge of some sort. I need it to be relatively durable, though, so hopefully if we go to this first challenge... Actually, you know what? I think I know a better one than that. Let's go to Broken Spire, go to challenges, and go to the Stone Wall. Let's put it all the way to Warlord 4, use the correct team, and let's see exactly what he does here. So essentially what I'm trying to test here is, will he indeed boost ratio off of Sunbird and Elspeth? Basically what I'm going to do is just cast both of them, and if it boost ratios completely, then we know, well, both of them work. And if not, then well, we'll have to test that a little bit more. So right off the bat, we'll just do the purple into that, and that should count as 1 kill, and ideally that would give it full mana, but this isn't a natural team. I'm just mainly doing this to actually test it. Well, I guess you technically could use this as a natural team, but we'll go take the purple there. And now we cast Sunbird and get it to full mana. Biggest issue here is getting that thing to full mana. So yeah, we'll need to go do that. I might actually wait on the Sunbird just because I deliberately wanted to do less damage so that we can see the full damage that we can get out of him. So I'm just going to keep delaying, and there we go. But before I do need to throw the Sunbird, so it doesn't look like we're going to be able to get less damage. I might overkill anything I hit. That is a bit of an issue. Well, I guess we'll test right now to see if Elspeth does it then. Let's see, 42 plus 15, what does that bring it to? That brings it up to a 57. So this should hit a 57 go. Yes, it does. Okay, so it does indeed boost ratio off of Elspeth, and if that's the case, then we kind of already know that Sunbird does. I barely even need to go show it, because we already know Sunbird triggers on death to his trait that says when an ally dies, so this other trait that also, or this other ability that also works when an ally dies, will do the same thing. So yes, Elspeth, Sunbird, and everything that kills an ally in any way, shape, or form does indeed count for his boost ratio. So yeah, Elspeth with him is probably a pretty decent combo for non-Guild War days, and for Guild Wars you'd probably use a Sunbird if you were to bother using him in Guild Wars. One other thing that you could maybe use him for, even though it doesn't utilize his attack, is using him as a backline tank. He will get pretty decent stats from the Huge, and of course he has Impervious for all of your anti-Devour needs. But anyways, yep, that is pretty much him. As far as uses for him, not too many. Of course, the whole premise of him is just to one-shot like crazy. There are several things that already do that option. The main thing that he has an option of doing is not only being able to one-shot on his ability, but also being able to one-shot off of skulls. Once he starts getting stacked up, because the more damage he keeps taking, you can see he gained a lot of attack there, 8, and every single time he keeps taking damage from anything to his HP, he's going to keep going up and up and up, and anything that does a lot of very small AoE damage and split damage and stuff like that, he's going to be a pretty good frontline tank to take them on, probably even better than what a Submerge will be if they don't hit too particularly hard with their damage. Come on, can we get one Sunbird to go kill him? He's just sitting there. There we go, we'll throw that down, and then boom, there we go. But anyways, that is the new Mythic. I would definitely suggest waiting just to go for the new Kingdom and using all your resources then or on the Monday after, because it would be quite a bit better value than trying to go for this guy. But yeah, he is a nice utility, mostly used with Garnak and Elspeth most likely, and we will cover some teams with him. But yeah, if you still have any other questions about him or anything else, feel free to leave it in the comment section below. Thank you all so much for watching, and have a wonderful day.